My question number one, a very general question, what role do you feel oil sands can play in our future energy mix?
Well, basically I think that fossil fuels as a whole should play as small role as possible and a decreasing role. And of course, naturally, I also think that the fossil fuels with biggest carbon footprint, like coal to liquid and tar sands and other so-called unconventional fuels, play as small role as possible.
Thank you. My question number two is how significant, and I think you may have answered this in the first question, but I'll ask it anyway. How significant is the energy intensity of oil sands production as a barrier to larger scale development and supply?
I can't say if it's a barrier, but anyway, it's a fact that we have to reduce greenhouse gas emissions as a whole on this planet. And it means that it's the duty of all states and also EU to find incentives in the market which discourage the use of fossil fuels as a whole, and of course especially the fossil fuels with the lowest carbon footprint. So I don't think there are clear-cut thresholds or barriers, but anyway, basically I think that we should develop the way the European market functions in such a way that using of high carbon footprint fuels is discouraged. But of course, in the regions where tar sand is mined, there are many other issues which might be barriers in terms of the national and local environmental norms and consequences for the groundwater, etc., where it's mined.
Thank you. How do you think technology can help mitigate the wider environmental impact of oil sands?
Well, I'm originally an energy engineer myself, so I believe that there are technological ways to reduce pollution of groundwaters and things like that, reduce the wounds in the landscape, and also to make the production process of oil from tar sand more energy efficient. But I don't think that there is a way to solve these problems as a whole. So basically I think that the main focus for our energy development should be on renewable energies.
Thank you. And question number 4, and my final question, I think you have actually answered in the thing, because you were talking about the effect that it has on the local environment. But again, I'll ask the question again, just in case there's anything that you'd like to add to that. And my question number 4 is, what are the advantages and disadvantages of oil sands mining and production for the immediate population of Alberta?
Well, the messages we have heard in European Parliament from the indigenous population tell of serious environmental damage and also resistance of indigenous population against tar sand mining. I don't know enough to tell how much there are people who think that the shorter-term economic benefits, employment, and the money which this activity is bringing to these areas is more important. But anyway, we hear strong messages of the environmental damage harming also the everyday life of indigenous people. For example, we had an exhibition just in front of the European Parliament for some weeks with graphic pictures of the wounds in landscape in Canada caused by tar sand mining.